There is Fretas Pembele Nzola of the Democratic Republic of Congo. His opponent is Munarbek SEITBEK from Kyrgyzstan. So Sadie Duffy of Ireland with the final instructions. And we're underway in the 60-kilogram lightweight division preliminary round contest. It's between boxers from the Democratic Republic of Congo and Kyrgyzstan. The man wearing red, reaching with that long left jab, is Fretas Pembele Nzola from Kinshasa in the Democratic Republic of Congo. 29 years of age, just a week ago. Competing in his first AIBA World Boxing Championships against a 25-year-old Munarbek SEITBEK Ulu from Kyrgyzstan. Quarter-finalist in the recent Asian Continental Championships in Dubai. SEITBEK losing to the man from Mongolia at the quarter-final stage. Competed in Yekaterinburg 2 years ago at the World Championships. And it was the same man who eliminated him in the second preliminary round. The formidable Erdenebat Senbatar from Mongolia. The reigning national champions going head-to-head in this 60-kilogram preliminary lightweight contest. SEITBEK applying pressure just to maneuver his man back towards the ropes. Pembele Nzola, his head up in the air as he was retreating from the punches. Presenting an inviting target for the Kyrgyzstan boxer wearing blue. Again, reaching with that jab, and the chin is rather high. I'm sure all of this information is being processed by SEITBEK as he looks to set his man up, and that left hook partially blocked by the right glove of Pembele Nzola. But again, the chin does appear to be rather open. And he's inviting pressure by keeping himself in and around corners, as a looping left hook tried by SEITBEK once again. But look at that, he went from one corner, skittered across the ropes, and now he finds himself on the ropes on the other side of the ring. Pembele Nzola. You have to give credit to SEITBEK for maneuvering his man into those types of positions. But Pembele Nzola conceding an awful lot of ground over the course of that first 3-minute round. I'm not sure it's going to be enough to have taken the round. SEITBEK comfortable over the course of the first 3 minutes and takes the first round unanimously. But surely, given the physical attributes that he possesses and his ring craft, which has seen him take the national title and box in the Continental Championships over the years, PEMBELE NZOLA can't keep himself in the type of confined positions where he found himself for the majority of the round, and that was in places like that, near the ropes, near the corners, all the time. The pressure being applied by SEITBEK Ulu, just keeping him in confined positions. So we go into the second round then, and it's a left-right attempted beyond punching range by PEMBELE NZOLA to get the second round underway. Good right hand to the body, and now his corner must have told him the same thing, because he's come out altogether more aggressively and used the space of the boxing ring, the center of the ring, and tried to pose some questions of SEITBEK, rather than almost accepting boxing off the ropes. Sure, he may be an effective counter puncher, but he spent an awful long time where one avenue of escape was removed because he wasn't able to go backwards. And sometimes when he was in the corner, he couldn't even go left and right. There's a good double left hand from SEITBEK. Although the left hand to the body may well have been low. And PEMBELE NZOLA reciprocating in that regard. But the referee Sadie Duffy on that infringement immediately. Good left jab on the resumption landed by SEITBEK. But once again, finding himself in a corner is PEMBELE NZOLA. Now he boxes his way out of there, bobbing and weaving, looking for hooks and uppercuts, but no real accuracy contained in that cluster of punches. But look at that, he's gone from one corner practically to another, punctuated by a burst of activity in the space of the ring. So let's see what his movement offers here. Well, he was on the front foot to begin the round, PEMBELE NZOLA, but now he's reverted to the type of boxing he showed in the first, and he's gone right back to the corner, which I do find extraordinary, because his corner must have spoken to him about that, from the neutral corner to the red corner. And while he is in that boxed off space, well, look at SEITBEK go to work. And again, you could say, being a positive, looking at it from a positive perspective, that it's SEITBEK who's maneuvering him there. But PEMBELE NZOLA seems to be accepting it. Now he looks to get back into the space of the ring once again. But just as I say that, look at that, he's back on the ropes once more. And he gets caught with a left hook, which causes him to become disorganized. He's gone from the ropes to the corner, getting worked over to the body. And PEMBELE NZOLA, well, it's a big AIBA World Championship Olympic-sized boxing ring. As a right hand catches PEMBELE NZOLA when he's against the ropes. But despite the big ring he's got to work within, PEMBELE NZOLA may as well erect a shed around the corner of it and just stay within that, because, again, almost on cue, he's gone back to a corner, takes another right hand over the top with his back near the ropes, then more punches to the body that cause him to double over. And given the manner in which he started the second round, trying to be more assertive, trying to be more authoritative, well, the further the round progressed, the more he reverted to the type that he showed in the first round, where he spent the majority of the round on or near the ropes. Of course, boxers always retreat to their corners at the sound of the bell to conclude a round, but the irony is that's where PEMBELE NZOLA spent the majority of the round of his own volition. Might not have always been his own corner, but it certainly was a corner. And 3 scorecards returned of 10-8 in what was a very negative display indeed over the course of that second 3-minute frame from the boxer from DR Congo. this was an example of the success to both body and head that SEITBEK was able to enjoy. Very good performance, and once again, just as he did to begin the second round, to his credit, PEMBELE NZOLA has come out with far more energy and aggressive intent to begin the third round. His chin's up in the air, he's still rather open, but at least he's having a go, because for the majority of the first round, and indeed the majority of the second, he didn't appear to be doing that. Perhaps the magnitude of the stage could have something to do with that. Remember, SEITBEK competing in his another World Championships after he made his debut in Yekaterinburg 2 years ago. So this, nothing new for him in that regard. And it can sometimes take a little bit of getting used to. A ring is a ring, is what veterans will often say to you. But I would bet that PEMBELE NZOLA hasn't been in a ring with this much space around it. The Stark Arena, a magnificent amphitheatre in which to box. And so even though he's in the ring, the environs within which that ring is placed are different altogether. This has a big time feel about it. We've got enormous 4K screens, the athletes making their way out of a stage that is lit magnificently. His problems continuing to mount up here now for careless use of the head. And so PEMBELE NZOLA with a very difficult debut, and a right hand causes him to touch down. Well, no count forthcoming. I thought it was a right hand which caused his knees to dip. I'm sure that SEITBEK is going to check that once again, because if it did dip from a punch in the manner that it appeared to, well, I'm not sure whether PEMBELE NZOLA will have recovered. Because it was as though somebody had pulled his skeleton out from inside him and he just sunk down to the canvas on a right knee. Now, was it a tangle of feet that caused that, or the right hand that appeared to find its range on the target area? Well, PEMBELE NZOLA showed bursts of aggressive intent to begin round number 2 and round number 3, but he hasn't been able to sustain it for any significant length of time. And so SEITBEK is going to have a pretty comfortable progression through to the second preliminary round of the 60-kilogram lightweight tournament. Oh, PEMBELE NZOLA raising his arm, but that might be in some sort of moral victory. He's made it through to the final bell, but he simply wasn't busy enough or accurate enough or positive enough to take a portion of the round for any of the scoring judges. So Munarbek SEITBEK already at centre ring. He's joined now by PEMBELE NZOLA. Let's get the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the bout number 130, the ring A, the winner on points by unanimous decision is the boxer out of the blue corner, Munarbek SEITBEK.
So Munarbek SEITBEK Ulu of Kyrgyzstan, a unanimous points decision victor. A warning assessed against the boxer from the Democratic Republic of Congo as well in the third round. Massive margin of victory on the scorecards once you take that warning into effect. And Munarbek SEITBEK Ulu comfortably through to the second preliminary round. Bitter disappointment for Fretas PEMBELE NZOLA. And I suspect when he and his coaching team watch that one back, he may be a little bit frustrated, because he started rounds 2 and 3 with real intent. But after a few seconds of those aggressive bursts, he reverted to type, and that invariably meant backing up towards the ropes or the corners, which is where he spent the majority of the contest, being put under pressure by SEITBEK Ulu, And of course, there's a gap in experience, perhaps a gap in ability as well. But I'm not sure that PEMBELE NZOLA did himself justice during the course of that contest. Now, there's the right hand that caused the man's knees to dip. Not ruled a knockdown. SEITBEK Ulu comfortably progressing through to the second preliminary round of the 60